Have you ever wondered how long it would take for your money to double without using a calculator, without opening Excel, just using a single number in your head? That shortcut exists. It's called the Rule of 72, a mental trick so clever that Albert Einstein is often rumored to have called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world. Now, whether Einstein really said that or not, one thing is certain. People who understand compounding tend to build wealth, and those who don't end up paying it. So in this video, we'll unpack the Rule of 72, where it came from, how it works, why 72 and not some other number, when you can rely on it and when you must be careful. By the end, you'll not only know the shortcut, but also how to apply it smartly to your own finances. The Rule of 72 isn't new. In fact, the idea of compounding money dates back centuries. Merchants, bankers, and mathematicians were all fascinated by how money grows over time. The exact mathematics come from logarithms, but that's not where the rule started. The 72 shortcut became popular because it was simple, practical, and easy to calculate mentally. Imagine living in the 15th or 16th century, before calculators or even common logarithm tables. Traders wanted a quick way to guess when their money would double at, say, 6% or 8%. The neat little trick of dividing 72 by the interest rate gave them surprisingly accurate answers. Here's the core idea. Take the number 72, divide it by your annual return, in percent. The answer is the number of years it takes to double your money. Example, suppose you invest at 8% a year. 72 divided by 8 equals 9. That means your money roughly doubles in 9 years. Let's test it with pounds. If you invest 10,000 pounds at 8% annually, in 9 years, it will be about 20,000 pounds. In 18 years, it will be about 40,000 pounds. In 27 years, 80,000 pounds. All by just keeping your money compounding. No magic, just mathematics. Why 72 and not another number? Technically, the perfect number should be closer to 69.3. That comes straight from the natural logarithm of 2. But 72 is more useful in the real world because it divides neatly into many numbers. 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 9, and 12. So mental math becomes easier. 72 divided by 6 equals 12 years. 72 divided by 9 equals 8 years. 72 divided by 12 equals 6 years. That's why over time, people adopted 72 instead of 69.3. It sacrifices a little precision, but gains a lot of convenience. For most practical purposes, the accuracy is good enough. Now let's come back to Einstein. He is widely quoted as saying, "Compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it, earns it. He who doesn't, pays it." Historians debate whether Einstein actually said it, but the popularity of the quote shows how powerful the idea is. Think about it. Compounding is not just about interest in a bank account. It explains how debt grows if you ignore it, how investments multiply if you nurture them, and even how knowledge and habits build momentum over time. How accurate is the rule? Between 6% and 10% interest rates, the rule is incredibly accurate. The difference between the Rule of 72 and the exact mathematical answer is often less than a few months. For example, at 6%, Rule of 72 says 12 years. Exact answer, 11.9 years. At 9%, Rule says 8 years. Exact answer, 8.04 years. At 12%, Rule says 6 years. Exact answer, 6.12 years. See the pattern? Close enough to be useful. However, when rates get very low, like 1 to 2%, or extremely high, above 20%, the accuracy drops. Real returns versus nominal returns. Here's where many people get misled. If inflation is running at 3% and your investment grows at 8%, your real growth rate isn't 8%. It's closer to 5%, and that changes the doubling time. Let's say you invested 10,000 pounds. At 8% nominal growth, it doubles in about 9 years. Adjust for 3% inflation, and your purchasing power doubles in about 14 to 15 years. So the Rule of 72 doesn't just tell you about growth. It also highlights why inflation silently eats into wealth. If you ignore inflation, you may celebrate your account balance doubling, while your ability to buy things hasn't doubled at all. How to use it in real life. 1. Investing. Want to know how long it will take for your pension fund or ISA investments to double? Divide 72 by the average return. 2. Debt. Paying 18% on a credit card? Divide 72 by 18 equals 4. Your debt doubles in just 4 years if left unpaid. Suddenly, that harmless interest looks scary. 3. Inflation. If inflation averages 3% per year, 72 divided by 3 equals 24. That means prices double roughly every 24 years, so your money halves in purchasing power every generation unless it's growing. Small variations of the rule. Some experts tweak the number depending on the range of interest. For very low rates, use 69 instead of 72 for better accuracy. For higher rates, some use 75. But honestly, for most people in most financial situations, 72 works perfectly. It's quick, memorable, and practical. The rule of 72 is not about being precise to the decimal. It's about mindset. It forces you to stop thinking of money as a static figure and start thinking of it as a process that accelerates over time. It's also a warning. If compounding works for you, it creates wealth. If it works against you, it creates debt traps. Whether you're saving, investing, or borrowing, the clock of 72 is always ticking. The question is, on which side of the clock are you? The next time someone quotes an interest rate, whether it's your savings account, a loan, or an investment, run the rule of 72 in your head. Ask, how many years until this doubles, or until it doubles against me? This one mental shortcut can transform vague numbers into a concrete vision of the future. And in finance, seeing the future is half the game. Remember Einstein's warning, those who understand compounding earn it, those who don't, pay it.